Welcome back, everybody. Carolina Keith, Professor Keith, regular Keith, just Keith. I don't care. Glad to see you nonetheless. Let's talk about what we got going on with the crypto market. Things got a little iffy. How far down are we going? Are we going down? Are we going to sit flat? What's going on? What should we do? 786 assassins. Before we do that, if you would be so kind as to hit the like button. It's free here. It costs nothing to hit like. After that, hit the notification bell and subscribe while you're at it. We're getting closer to 10,000 people. You see me hitting the button here. It's not that hard. You can do it too. While we're talking about Bitcoin, I think it's important to note that there are a lot of cool companies out there. One of those cool companies that I like myself is Spartan Bitcoin Mining. Now, Spartan Bitcoin Mining is a local company near me. They have real mining rigs. They pay real dividends. Check it out. KYC is required. SpartanBitcoinMining.com is the website. Right there you go, SpartanBTCMining.com. Check them out. They'll get you all hooked up. By the way, no better time to buy into mining companies than right before a potential bull run, right? Don't say I didn't tell you so. All right, hit the charts like we're supposed to. Hey, Keith, you should stick to charts. Well, that's what I'm doing, so get over it. All right, so I've got support lines highlighted here with green boxes where I expect the potential price to go. As you see way back here in June of this year, we came down and hit that support level, bounced up, made a run. We kind of cracked a new high, but not really. Kind of closed flat. Now it's going under it. That's what we call an equal high in the chart world. And now we've retraced very aggressively back down. In fact, we failed our trend line. That is no longer valid after we've failed it. Okay, that's gone and blown out of the water. And that so creates a downtrend. Now that we have no longer an uptrend, we have a downtrend. So we really should be careful about where we buy and how we buy while we're in a downtrend, because we know the rules about buying a downtrend, right? Likely to get burned. So luckily we know that we got a halving coming up, and we know we're probably going to form a bottom in here. Where? Well, I've got a couple highlighted support zones here for you, right? First one is going to be right near right equal low was before, which is about 24,005, right? That's the green box that you see here. It goes all the way back to May of the middle of the bear market. All right. Now, if we slip and fall into that one, which I think there's a solid possibility, we have another support zone down here, and that's around $20,000. And there's a reason that this support zone is important. Number one, it held for quite a long time in the middle of the bear market and kind of propped the price up for a while before it failed and made this last desperate attempt to plunge down lower, which very quickly recovered, right? Historically, I missed this spot right here, and I didn't buy this because I thought we were going lower. I allowed myself to think that we were going to 10,000, and it didn't happen, and I got burned because of that. I ended up buying up here at 20,000 again and riding this up, and that was great. Did good on it. Perfect, wonderful. Now we started to roll back over, so it's time to find a new place to buy. So first levels I'm looking at are that first green box and the second green box, and I'll show you a little bit more why. Switching over to a weekly look and adding a 50 moving average in here shows us that the price is somewhat near that green box, as is that 50-day moving average. In fact, they're kind of angling in the same direction here. It's likely that we get a test of this 50-week moving average at some point. Hasn't really tested it since it blew through it all the way back in March. And before that was in February when it tested the bottom of it. Now, that price is about 23,008. Roughly 24,000, right? That just so happens to be about the same level of this box that you see here. So there's some confluence there for that first level of about 24,000. Next, I'll show you this Bitcoin CME, Chicago Mercantile Exchange. The reason this is important, it's the only open futures market for the U.S. customers. They don't allow us to use Binance or KuCoin or any of the other companies that do futures, so we have to use Bitcoin CME. You have to be an accredited investor to do it. Not the point. The point is that thing isn't open on the weekends. It's only open during the week. So what happens on the weekends? Just realized I didn't have the music playing, so I turned it back on. Now, on the weekends, price pauses. But we know good and well Bitcoin never stops. It just chugs right along through the weekends, doesn't it? So we can utilize this information because when that happens and price moves on the weekends, we tend to get CME gaps. Those CME gaps close about 80 to 85% of the time, depending on what argument you want to make. I'll make the argument that it's more around 85%. And if they don't close, they come very close to closing. Now, we have two CME gaps on the chart. I'll highlight them now for you so you can see them. First one, right up here above the price, back up to about 27,500. You can see that there where there's a gap in the chart. And again, this only happens on the CME chart. Any other gaps on any other charts related to crypto or horseshit, it's just Bitcoin and Ethereum only. None of the other ones do that. Those are glitches. This is not a glitch. All right, so 27,005 to get back and close this gap, which eventually will happen. The other gap is right down here, wide open from about 21,000 to roughly 20,200, or basically 20,000. Now, will this gap close completely? No. It's about 20% down more from the current price to get to this, to close that level. We all know crypto can do that in one candle. So I've already got some orders set for around 20,000, for around 23.5, roughly in there. And that'll be the first two levels where I kind of start to buy back in and prepare to get ready for the bull market. Now, I've kind of gone through the liberty here of showing you a colored diagram of kind of the same thing. All right. What you see here is those same DCA levels that I just showed you. However, I added an extra one in here and kind of spruced it up a little bit to maybe make it 3 buys. Same situation though. If you start failing, first buy is going to be around 23,008, where that 50-week moving average was. Just below that, around 22,000 to 21,000, and anything less than that, 20,000 to 18,000. I kind of spreaded that out a little bit more there to close the inefficiency on these candles that never retraced back way back when we first started this run. All right, a lot of people believe that inefficiencies eventually close, and by inefficiencies I mean big runs up with no retrace. As you see, big run up with no retrace, big run up and a retrace happened and kind of closed this inefficiency with a big red candle. Solid possibility that happens, but since we don't know, all we can do is prepare for it. Now, if all hell breaks loose and this thing keeps going farther, what will I do? Will I just hold? No. I plan on getting out. If I see anything go below about this green line right here, I'll sell and rebuy, because I think if we break this line, brother, we're coming way on down, okay? We may end up coming down to that $10,000 level. But again, that's a little bit of a long shot now. A lot of price action in the way to slow us down from getting to that level. One step at a time though, yeah? By the way, we already had this information out in our Discord. It's very inexpensive, $8, launchpass.com/786assassins/half off. The link's in the description of the video. Don't miss out on your opportunity, all right? $8 is not that much. It's the cost of one venti latte. You're not going to go broke. Be around bigger brains, smarter people. You'll never understand how much it helps being around smarter people until you're actually around them, and it changes everything, all right? You think better, you think smarter, you make better plays. When you're around the wrong people, it will cost you money. Trust me, I've already lived that life, and we created a community of adults, no children, well, less children. It's a little bit more conducive to making money. Check us out, $8, hard to beat. Now, a lot of you are going to ask about altcoins, and I'll say this, buyer beware. The reason I say buyer beware is because altcoins don't always do exactly what Bitcoin does. Sometimes they do it close. Sometimes they go way farther. All right, so I'm basing everything I'm doing here off Bitcoin and Ethereum. Those are the only two givens. The other ones are kind of a toss-up, and it really just comes down to what you love. I don't love any of these things, so beware that some of these altcoins could drastically underperform. There are some that are sitting at support. There are others that are not sitting at support. It's up to you to buy these altcoins where you would like. I'm just going to show you Bitcoin and Ethereum, and I got Ethereum pulled up here now. So I think this one comes down a little bit farther. Ethereum price action chopped a little harder sideways. If we go out and look a little bit farther out, you'll see that around 1,200 makes sense here. So I'm going to set some orders at about 1,350, about 1,200. And if any of those orders get caught, I'm here for it. One more thing I forgot to show you, so I'll jump back over the Bitcoin chart to explain that. All right, you see the purple line that I have drawn that's pointing down? Well, that's a bit of a downtrend line, right? We can't deny that. It started, it's happening, and it's not going to stop until it breaks. So as long as we are under this line, technically we're in a downtrend and you're taking a big risk on buying. All right. It's more safe to buy on the other side of this purple line because honestly, when that breaks, all hell's going to break loose. That's probably the beginning of the bull market and probably the last chance to buy low. So I want to try to buy as low as I can now because I think for the next 12 weeks or so from now till the end of November or so, you're going to have a great shot at buying low. And after that, you may not get that chance again. So I'm trying to play a little bit of the dice game here and be a little bit risky, but not too risky, if that makes sense. So last thing I'll show you here, the Fibonacci retracement set and where it runs out at. If I pull this set and I'll show you that uptrend failed, as it very much did, the Fib set runs out at the end of November here. And what I mean is if you look at the date right down here and where these lines stop, kind of where the Fibs run out is kind of where the run's over. And that's the end of November, beginning of December. So historically speaking, this already happened before where November, December area was a bottom. It happened in 2015 when September, October was a bottom. So in this fall coming up right now that we're getting into, because, you know, right now is the end of August. As this fall approaches, you're going to have a chance to buy low, and this may be the last opportunity. So plan accordingly. Last bit of information here, back to Bitcoin. Again, choose your alts wisely. I'll go over those in the Discord because it's going to be a crapshoot, right? If you look at that bottom box, whether I'm in log mode or linear mode, and I'll toggle in between the two here, as you see, whether I'm in log mode or linear mode, this golden pocket, which is 618 to 71 here, no matter what, that green box is flirting around right there. We already know that Bitcoin's a bit more mature than other cryptos, and as such, it will retrace to those levels more often, which is called the golden pocket. All right. Since that's the case, that's a clear target for me. That's what we call confluence in the chart world. I'm looking a little closer at that level. Again, I may do a little more in that area and a little less above just to try to spread my money out a little bit better. You guys over in the Discord already know how much money I have to spend on this. So I'm going to do no new cash. I'm going to try not to put any new cash in. It'll all be what I have from the last bull market. So if you weren't watching all that and you just scroll to the end, I expect more down or sideways for the next at least 12 weeks. We'll see. There will be some short-term up in there. Don't let the emotions get to you. Don't let it fool you. It will try. Be smart. Be wise. Everything's happening in the Discord first. Don't forget that. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you on Thursday live, 11 p.m. for our Crypto After Dark. Like we always do, we also have free TA training over in our Discord Thursday, 1 p.m. All you got to do is show up. It's free. Link is in the description of the video as well. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one. Sky's the limit. As always, you could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to be here with me. That's biggie. Thank you. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.